Hello, I'm Kevin Floyd, Assistant Principal at Cabot Middle School North. We are super excited and getting ready to welcome all of our students to Middle School North next Tuesday, August 12th, for the first day of school, and what we believe is going to be a fantastic school year. In anticipation of that, wanted to create and share a quick video to help cover our morning drop-off and afternoon pickup procedures for our car line. We know that for many of you, this is going to be a new process, and so we wanted to get this information out to you and hopefully help everyone to be able to settle into the system and the flow that we have in place. It works very well. We do ask for your patience, especially over that first week to 2 weeks, as volume is high of parents dropping students off, and we have so many new folks trying to learn our system. And so it'll take a little bit longer at first, but we promise our system works well. We've been using it for a while now, and everything will settle in and flow very smoothly. Want to begin with talking about morning car line duty, which is the map that you're looking at here. Our drop off begins at 7:15. Please don't drop your student off at school any earlier than that, as there is no supervision for them prior to that time. What you will do as you enter, you'll enter this entrance right here at the front of Middle School North and come around into our drop-off pickup line. You'll see that it splits into 3 separate lanes. Come on down these first couple of lanes, and then as you come around the curve, you can spread out into all 3 lanes. There's a stopping point right here marked with signs and arrows on the ground, and we ask that you will stop right there in 3 lanes across, stretching back this way. In the mornings, these lines don't ever back up really far, especially that early, as students are coming in from 7:15 until 8 o'clock, and so it's kind of spread out, but it will back up a little bit first thing in the morning. Please make sure that that on this outer third lane, you'll see that we ask you to stop backing up right here, and if cars are stopped here, you'll need to get in these 2 lanes. What that does is it keeps this auxiliary exit open, so cars coming up this third lane can come over and straight into the exit and back out onto Lincoln. But these 2 lanes can back up as far as they need to. And again, in the mornings, they don't typically get this far back. So what will happen at 7:15 is a staff member will come out to you where you are lined up here, as well as some staff members up under the awning, and we will begin the drop-off process. In order to be fair and equal, what we'll do is we'll release 10 cars at a time from each lane. You'll move over into the far right-hand lane and roll right up here along our awning. We can usually get about 10 to 12 cars here at a single time. Once you're up here and stopped, please pull up as far as you possibly can and drop your student anywhere along this awning. If you're next to an awning, your student can get out of the car and then walk on up the sidewalk. If you are back here and when the cars stop, please don't have your student wait, and then once the cars start moving, stop again further up to drop them off. Go ahead and have them get out of the car anywhere along the awning. What happens is that begins to back up and impact the flow of traffic if you stop here and they could have gotten out and then you pull up and stop again. Please also, as you drop off, if your student gets out of your car faster than some of the cars in front of you, please don't be impatient and try to cut out of line and into the circle and to the exit. It's a safety issue for us. We need all cars on campus following a very predictable pattern for the safety of our students. And so if someone is taking a little bit longer to get out here, be patient. We'll be watching for that. If they're taking too long of a time, we want you to get moving. We will facilitate that car moving on up in here to into the circle and allowing the flow of cars out. Also, if that is your student that is taking a little bit of time to get out of the car, then please be mindful of that. And as traffic begins to flow out, go ahead and pull on up to the curb and do what needs to be done over here before your student gets out to let those cars behind you exit. This actually shrinks down to just one lane coming in about 10 minutes in the mornings. And so if you're anywhere after like 7:25 or so, all that's going to probably be already cleared up, and you'll just come in this single lane here and roll right up to drop off. Once you've dropped off, you'll come around the car circle and then exit out this far lane back out where it splits here to go left or right onto Lincoln. And so that is our morning procedure. Please note that the drop-off lane closes at 8 o'clock. We have a gate up here that will close, and all of the adults that are on duty will head into their positions for the school day. And so from 8 o'clock on, your students are going to need to enter the front of the building here, where they'll stop at the office and sign in and receive a tardy pass, because then they are after the start time for school. So that's our morning procedure. Pretty simple, and again, it flows very nicely and smoothly each day. Our afternoon duty, our drop-off procedure, again, same process, coming in the front entrance, same thing. Please watch your backup. We do get more backup in the afternoon, since kids get to school at a different time, but then they all get released at the same time, so our volume is much higher. You can fill up these inner two lanes. That third lane you can fill up right here to the curve, and then please stop there so that it allows this auxiliary exit to stay free. Again, you will stop here in your lines, 3 different lines, and wait for a staff member to come out. And so when it's dismissal time, you will have a staff member come out that'll control traffic flow. You'll have another staff member right along here who is our caller, who will be calling students' names and numbers of where they're going to be picked up, and then we'll have adults all along through here where the students are. As students come out of school, they will gather here underneath our awning and be seated in their advisories and wait for their name and number to be called. As you come in, we're going to dismiss again 10 cars from each lane. You'll move immediately over into the right lane and come up in a single file line past our caller. Your student will be provided a car rider tag, which has their name on it, and we ask that you keep that displayed for us. If you have multiple cars, like maybe mom picks kid up one day, dad another, or grandparent, etc., please let the school know, and we can get you car tags for all of those cars. That's a safety feature of us knowing that kiddo belongs to you, and it also keeps things flowing smoothly. If you have to roll your window down and tell us your name, and we have to check who you are and that sort of thing, it just slows the flow down. So make sure you have your car tag. If you lose that, reach back out to the school office, and we'll get a new one to your student for you to have. So we'll begin to dismiss here. The caller will call your student's name and say a number. Along here, we have numbers posted on poles, and so your student will go to that number and wait for you to pull up and pick them up. It should be pretty close. It's not always exact, but it should be pretty close. Once you stop, your kid will load or move to your number where you're sitting and load, but they'll be close to where we tell them to go. We just need everyone to pull on up as close as they can to the car in front of them and not get too stretched out. We do ask that you not stop anywhere along here. If your student has been called to like 1, 2, 3, 4, these numbers that are way up here, and let's say they're sitting down here and you see them get up and start to walk that way, please do not stop and ask them to get into your car here. If you've been called to one of these earlier lower numbers, just go on up and meet them. If you stop short of where we've asked you to go, you're going to impact the flow of traffic, and so we want to keep everything flowing smoothly for your sake. You want the cars in front of you picking up to move on out so you can get in, and we ask that you do the same. Also related to that is if your student takes a little too long to get to the car and things start moving on out and your student has not loaded yet, we may ask you to go to the curb, and so that means you pull on up. Your student will then not go to their number. They'll head right on up here along the sidewalk. We have an adult right here that supervises, and you'll pull over to what we call the curb, which is just this outer area of the car line, and your student will come and walk around and get in the car. If you're asked to go to the curb, please don't wait for your kiddo. Just go ahead and do that, and we are going to send them on around and have them load here, and that way we keep everything flowing. So if one of our staff members asks you to move on to the curb, please go ahead and do that. And then again, once you've loaded, you'll head on out and head on out and split here to head on to Lincoln. Again, we just ask that you stay in the lanes that you're supposed to. Please don't ever pull out early and try to cut in front of other cars. Very much a safety concern, and we need those predictable, safe patterns for all of our students, including yours. We do ask and want you to be very, very mindful of a couple of things. Obviously, Lincoln here, you are in a school zone, and all school zone laws apply as far as cell phone use and speed all through here, and especially those apply as you enter and are now driving on our campus through this line. So it's very important that you keep your speed where it's supposed to be as you come up through here. In the afternoons, speed is typically not as much of an issue because of volume. In the mornings, sometimes when things have thinned out, cars come in a little too fast here, and we don't want to have to say something to you, and we will, not to be mean, but just to remind you, because we want to keep kids safe. The other thing is that cell phone laws apply. You're not allowed to be on your cell phone in a school zone, which means you're not allowed to be on your cell phone while you're driving through our car line to pick a kid up. So you shouldn't be speaking on your cell phone unless it's a hands-free thing. You shouldn't be texting. Again, it's a safety concern, and we want to make sure that everything is flowing smoothly and everybody is focused on the things that they need to. So that's just a quick little video to explain our drop-off and pick-up procedures. Again, be patient as we begin to settle into those, and we will get things flowing as quickly as we can. With your help and your students' help. And again, we're looking forward to a great year. I will say this, you will, if you come to our open house tomorrow from 3 to 7, copies of these two maps, a front-back copy of these two maps will be available for you to pick up if you need to look at that or have that with you, and we would always be happy to answer any questions that you have. So we thank you for your time and attention to this video, and again, looking forward to a great year at Cabot Middle School North this year.